These are our condensing units. This is the downstairs unit with all the hail damage. This is the York. This is the upstairs unit. This is a 2-ton unit. This unit is about 17 years old. This unit is probably original to the house. Units are not 3 inches above ground. The electric disconnects should not be located behind the units. The electric disconnect boxes should be sealed on 3 sides. This is the wrong kind of refrigerant foam. When this was installed, this was okay. But that's why it's acting like this, okay? We got a better way to do that now. These Schrader valve caps, look that up in the dictionary. These refrigerant, piping, service, valve, port, caps should be anti-theft. The cores are kind of dirty. The pads have not raised them a minimum of 3 inches above grade. We do not have an electric service disconnect, so the technician can work on this. Over here, some of our refrigerant insulation is missing in our piping. That's why we need that other stuff. Doesn't feel like it's moving a lot of heat. A little heat. On a day like today, that's kind of hard to tell. I don't know what the size of the downstairs unit is. I don't know what the age is. This equipment's engineered on paper to last 20 years. It might last 35. But Las Vegas is going to give you the average is about 14 years. Okay, this is about 17 years old. Read your report. I will have the actual date on there. When you read your report, you won't have an actual date for this one because the data plate's so faded. This one is older than this one, so if this one is using R22, and it is for refrigerant, you can bet your booby that this one is using R22 as a refrigerant. R22 is not a deficiency in and of itself. It's no longer manufactured in the United States. It's no longer imported in the United States legally. Is there a stockpile of it? Yes, there is. Is it expensive? It sure is expensive. Can you put drop-ins in? Yes, they're expensive too. And they're not even as efficient. And if you get a technician to come out here and put a drop-in refrigerant in there because he didn't have any R22, well then nobody's going to want to follow him. Nobody's going to want to follow him. In fact, anybody that visits your home, any technician that visits your home is going to say like, woo, I can get this stuff running, but I'm going to be coming, it's going to be a long-term relationship. This stuff is destined to break down. You got problems coming. It would be prudent to budget for replacement of the condensing unit systems. That's my opinion. You're buying into it, you want to get it started off right. Is my unit as old as this unit? It is. It is, but I bought my unit new. You're buying into an older system and an antique system. I think my agent, the realtor that's handling this, known him for years. We've got a symbiotic love-hate relationship, but he says this belongs in a museum. I can't argue with that. I can't argue with that. Probably want a nicer example when it's not so beat up. That's museum quality stuff. So what do we learn? Our disconnects are located behind the units. We do not have an electric service outlet. We learned that we've got the wrong kind of insulation or refrigerant piping. We learned that our insulation is peeling away from our piping. We learned that we do not have anti-theft Schrader valve caps, even though they weren't required. We learned that our coils are dirty. We learned that our coils are hail damaged. We learned that they're not 3 inches up. We learned that this is the upstairs one, is not level. And we talked about R22 and age.